Let's talk NFL as we go legit or nah. Offensive help is on the way for Blake Bortles, Dylan. The Jacksonville Jaguars added Leonard Fournette, Cam Robinson, and Dede Westbrook in this year's draft. So legit or nah, Bortles will have no excuses to prove himself with this kind of help.
Legit. It's already been legit. He's already had guys. It's not like Jacksonville has not put pieces around Blake Bortles before. I mean, when you look at Allen Hurns, Allen Robinson, when you look at them bringing in Julius Thomas, when you look at the different pieces over the last several years they've brought in, and since some of these guys are now out of town, like a Julius Thomas, bring him in, it's ineffective, and I'm not saying that's all Bortles' fault, but when I look at Blake Bortles, I don't look at a guy who, wow, he never had a chance, so who's around him? That's not why he's not succeeding. He's not succeeding because he's not very good. So I think when you add even more pieces like Leonard Fournette and Cam Robinson and Dede Westbrook and all the new guys to go along with the old guys, yeah, he still has no excuses. So it is completely legit that if Blake Bortles doesn't get out of his own way and start playing some really good football out of the blue, he's going to be looking for a job or learning how to play arena football.
Yeah, and when you think about it, you talk about more added pieces. This means more pressure for him, too. Do you think he can perform under that sort of pressure?
No, he hasn't performed.
So it's worse for him that he got more pieces because now it's like, what am I going to blame it on?
I don't necessarily think it's worse. I just don't think he's very good. I don't know how much more clear to make it. I think he's not an NFL quarterback. I think they reached for him when they overdrafted him a couple years back. I don't think he's handled the position from a professional quarterback standpoint of between the ears, putting in the work, putting in the commitment psychologically to being a pro quarterback. I don't think Blake Bortles has done it. I don't watch it. I don't watch a guy whose technique is that of someone who's very prepared to succeed in the NFL. And that's with guys who've been really good. Hurns and Robinson are really good. Any other quarterback would make them look pretty darn good, and those guys would make him look pretty good. Bortles has a lot of, catch-up stats where they're getting blown out in games and inflated numbers due to the fact that, they're getting demolished and thrashed in games that then all of a sudden teams kind of call off the dogs and he winds up getting a couple touchdowns late. I think, you could look at it one of two ways. It adds more pressure, the fact that Fournette and some of these guys are here. You could look at it that, well, now there's some real pieces. He's had real pieces. He's already run out of excuses, and the fact that he's got even more of an opportunity here just proves that he's the feline of the NFL with more lives than anyone else, seemingly. And I don't think that this works out. And I think this experiment, now with the new wave of talent that they have via the draft, will prove to the new regime there in Jacksonville that, especially now that Tom Coughlin's there and he's such a taskmaster, kind of overlording over everything, he's going to see a kid that's not up to the snuff, and Blake Bortles is going to be gone before we know it.